The first thing I want to say is that Bach, in his time, those who knew that he was a great genius. Lots of people thought he was a terrible bore. His music was much too complicated. There were many composers around this time who employers preferred. I just did some music by a wonderful composer called Graupner, who got the job in Leipzig, and then his boss said, well, why are you going to Leipzig? And he said, well, because I'm getting paid more. So he said, well, I'll pay you more if you stay. So he stayed. So then they said, oh, well, we better give it to Bach, because he was like number 2 in the list. He wasn't appreciated that much because his music is immensely complicated. He writes the best melodies and the best harmonies and the most interesting rhythms and the most the best counterpoints. But in his day, it was considered to be too clever. Bach is everything. You know, he was one of those people who, I always compare him to Shakespeare, because he's got nothing to do with Shakespeare at all. But Shakespeare can make you laugh and cry. Shakespeare can be the most profound and the most poetic. He can also be the most vulgar and the funniest. There can be some really a lot of innuendos, or even not so innuendos, about all sorts of things that people today would think, oh, but for an Elizabethan audience, that was considered perfectly normal. They would have laughed their heads off, even in the middle of Hamlet. Now, not many people would laugh their heads off in the middle of the Mass in B minor or the Matthew Passion, but he could create these incredible epic works which are so profound, the most profound music probably that anybody would ever write in the whole history of music. By the way, he was a great dancer. People think of Bach as being some kind of saint or recluse sitting up at his organ loft until all hours of the night. It's not true. He was a man who loved life. He loved his family. He had a lot of friends. He smoked a pipe. He drank beer. Actually, he was partly paid in beer. And he loved dancing and he loved singing, and sometimes sang quite rude songs too, under the influence of drink. You have to be able to hear it globally. Bach is not one rhythm, one melody accompanied by other parts. It's the parts are usually so equal. I was quite scared because a lot of modern musicians, even today, they're kind of skeptical. They know how to play their instrument and they stick to that way, and it's very difficult to get them to make music in a different way. So I was a bit scared because I had no idea what to expect. I've never heard them before. I was delighted today. I thought we did some very, very hard work, and I got very nice vibes. I think they really enjoyed it, and I think they were very adaptable. They sounded pretty much like a Baroque orchestra. Hello, my name is Walter Reiter. I'm a violinist and a director, and I'm here to direct 3 concerts exclusively of the music of Johann Sebastian Bach with the Symphony Orchestra of Singapore. And I'm very delighted to be here, and I hope you'll join us for these concerts.